I really need you guys to watch more noir movies than Quentin Tarantino, please. Because there's an actual name for the style. It's not Quentin Tarantino style. It's a noir style. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Heroes Peak podcast. I am your host, Chris, and we're here to talk about culture, entertainment, and whatever the hell we feel like. And as always, I cannot do this without my wonderful co-hosts. I'm going to start with the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Hanging in there, watching more Olympics.
Hanging in there, 17th in the medal count, Mike. Not great. 17th.
Sorry, which team lost in soccer the other day?
Hey, we have not officially lost yet. We can still medal.
Okay.
Third place loser.
Also with us is the queen of the pod. It's James. Oh wait, no, it's Brooksy. How you doing, Brooksy?
It's James.
I'm like, thought you were my homie, man. Shit.
That's funny.
This is what Andrew
doing
Cuomo
good.
feels after seeing Letitia James freaking
Wow.
I know how Cuomo feels.
Wow.
I got you that position. You gonna do me like that?
Wow. Well, let's just hope you're not out there sexually harassing people.
Oh, of course not.
Okay, great. Doing
You're
good.
not-
Thank you for asking, Chris.
Okay, you're welcome. James, are you asking people to take weird photographs of you at the when you exercise? Any weird videos you're asking people to take?
No, I've stopped
Analyze
that.
your form.
I've stopped that. I think the wife had a hand to do with that too. But yeah, there's a pause in that.
Good.
And finally, I hope you can keep it together today. It's Keith. How you doing, Keith?
What's going on, folks? Remember, 1 and 1 sometimes makes 3.
Hey, that would be my family right now. Okay. We made 3. All right.
And that kids are how families are made.
That's right.
Did we pick up Trojan as a sponsor or something? Is there something I'm missing?
No. Trojan is how families are not made.
How families are not made.
You got that backwards.
That's why America is dead last in mathematics.
Wow.
The thing is, Keith, if you had put that up on Twitter, half the people would be like, yeah, he's right. And the other half would be like, no, fuck you, he's wrong.
Don't tell me about math.
I'm part of the Condom Awareness Coalition.
See, that new math got us all
It's my
confused.
constitutional right that 1 and 1 is 3.
That new math. This is not what the forefathers' math was.
Critical math
This is
theory.
the forefathers, man. All right.
There was only 3 of them anyway.
So today we've got 3 topics. We're gonna go Olympics, we're gonna go Gunpowder Milkshake, and we're gonna go. I have it written down.
Jungle Cruise.
I lost it. Jungle Cruise. All right. As you can see, it's gonna be a straight shot. We're gonna be really, really fast. We're gonna be sharp. I'm
Rapid fire.
a little bit better this week. A little bit better this week. All right.
So the raw footage from last week, just FYI, 2.5 hours.
Fuck. That
Man.
long?
Yeah, man.
Didn't feel like it.
Hey,
I cut it down to a sharp 37 minutes.
According to Jason
Josh
Momoa,
Whedon.
Jason Momoa wants to shit uncut. He wants a 4-hour Dune. He loves his 20-hour Snyder cut. So, let's
Momoa
give
ain't
him.
here. He ain't paying me.
We'll call
So-
it the Momoa cut.
If Momoa wants to give me money, I'll put out a 2.5 hour pod, no
I was
problem.
about to say, Momoa obviously don't got nothing to do with his life.
Clearly.
Like, I got stuff I got to do.
What do you mean? Mike and Momoa are twins, right? You guys kind of look alike, right? My man. All right.
Not so much.
All right, let's get
Mike
into
is-
these.
Mike is prettier.
Mike is prettier. He is. All right. We are going to talk a little bit about the current Olympic Games 2021 in Japan. And China is kicking America's ass in the gold. We do have the most overall. We are currently, according to my count here, at 73 overall with 24 goals. Hey, all
Yay, we got the most second places.
That's right. All medals matter. All medals matter.
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 Miss Minutes here for a quick correction. This is the Olympics game Tokyo 2020. It just happens to be taking place in 2021.
2021. Wow.
Fact
Yeah, I
check.
don't know what year
Happening
it is.
live fact checking.
Justin, it's just for that last kick in the face to remind you how bad 2020 was. So every
So
time.
are
And-
they going to have the next games 2024?
That is
Yep.
correct.
Yes.
3
yes.
years.
3
So
years.
it's not then the Olympians are not going to have 4 years in between now. They're going to have 3
No.
years.
Yeah.
Correct. But they
And-
had 5 years in between Rio and this one.
So Keith, just so you know, there is a chance that it's delayed again because humans are stupid and we're really not taking care of this coronavirus.
And
very
as
well.
soon as the first injury, LeBron's gonna tweet. See, this is what happens when you shorten the rest period. 3 years from 4.
If he doesn't retire before then, he's going to be an old man.
No,
On
he's
an
gonna want
old
his
man
son in
team.
the Olympics. He's gonna want his son in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
you know what's gonna happen? That Omega variant is gonna hit us in
An Omega variant.
Omega variant? Shit, from Delta to Omega?
2023, and they're gonna be like, at the end of 2023, oh, postpone everything now.
That's not even funny, dude.
Mhm.
Yo, Mike, it's just because we're trying to avoid those.
Very-
We're trying to avoid that 5G being forced into our veins by the Democrats, right?
That's right. All
Oh,
those
this is
microchips.
political hour, I see. Here we go.
All right. Anyway, was there something specific in this last week that you saw in this Olympic Games that really that you had a lot of fun watching?
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah, I've been going back and forth on a lot of different previews or not previews, replays, and I had some fun watching some stuff. What did you guys really like watching this week?
I think for me, I've always been a huge fan of track and field since I was a kid in the 80s watching Carl Lewis in 84 Olympics. So although basketball is my favorite sport and I loved seeing women's gymnastics and swimming kind of, depending who the stars are, kind of attracts me too. I always gravitate towards a track and field contest. And a great one that I saw late last night was the men's 400-meter hurdles between the American, who's a young guy too, I think Caribbean American, Raj Benjamin against this Norway guy who I never heard of because I didn't do my research before watching that. Apparently he just got the world record earlier this year. And these two were supposed to be the titans of 400-meter hurdles in the rain, by the way. I don't know if you guys realized it was raining. These dudes both broke the previous world record that was set by the Norway guy. And the Norway guy fastest time ever, a sub 46, which is the same speed of running at 400 meters without hurdles.
Holy crap.
That was just crazy. Everybody was going bananas. It's huge. I think track and field is always going to be.
Was he breaking through the
huge.
hurdles like Kool-Aid Man? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what's sad? I watched the women's hurdle before that, and like it was a girl ran right through the hurdle and
Oh.
flipped over, and I laughed and I realized, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a bad guy. But then she got up okay. She was disqualified, but she got up.
Yeah, as long as they're not hurt, I figured everybody's gonna have a laugh after. Well,
I know.
maybe not right away.
Is laughter now like politically incorrect?
I don't know. I felt bad. She's a woman. I think she was from Poland.
Wait
I mean,
a second.
she's not the
Don't feel
first.
bad
I'm
'cause
sure
she's a
she's
woman.
Not
she's
true
not the
equality,
first person.
yo.
Yeah.
Like this whole like coddling isn't true equality. Like, yeah, like if I'm gonna laugh at a dude, then I'm gonna laugh at a chick too who falls. Like
Yeah, I
Hey,
wouldn't-
speaking
I
of,
wouldn't- but
shout
on
out
the
to
other side,
Go ahead,
I wouldn't
Mike.
laugh at any of them right now. Like, give
I
it a couple
gotcha.
weeks.
sitting
Yeah.
in
Give it a couple-
sitting in the privacy of my home. Like,
No,
of course,
I know,
if I'm going
but
to
what I'm
field
saying,
system,
I don't know.
I was gonna say
I
a
would feel
quick
bad,
shout
that's
out
all.
to the first trans who was born male at birth, I believe, and competed as a woman.
You don't know
Didn't
how it
win
works.
top 3, but it was
What?
wait, what?
I thought all the
Much
men
sport.
were gonna disguise themselves as women.
No,
to
I'm
win
saying
all the medals.
weightlifting. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
technically
know. I think he was making a joke about how they kept saying they would automatically win because they're men.
Yeah, all the men are supposed to be dressing up as women and taking all the.
No, you've been watching that South Park episode with freaking Macho Man.
No,
was-
I've been looking at right wing Twitter. That's what I've been looking at.
Oh,
Twitter.
Macho Man was Miss Tough Woman, and he was like, "I just decided to change my gender last week."
Mr.
Nah.
Woman.
Yeah, because that's
But,
how it works. So
Yeah, so that's me, Chris.
All right. Mike, what have you been watching that you That
Well,
was
the big thing up here, of course, was the women's
Hockey?
soccer,
wait.
football, USA Canada semifinals, and
Ugh,
I wasn't
Mm.
expecting Canada to win. That was really surprising upset.
no one
victory.
else
Canada
was.
wasn't expecting Canada to win.
They never beaten the
They,
U.S.
they made it that far, right? No, but they haven't
Mhm.
beat the U.S. since 2001. That's correct. So
Mhm.
it's been about 20 years
Oh, 2001.
since the last time.
Oh man.
Before Megan joined the team
Canada,
and all of
I'm
that.
sure
So,
Canada was just as surprised.
yeah, so looking forward to the game on Thursday.
Yeah, they're against a gold medal. Is it Sweden or are they against Finland or something?
Sweden.
Sweden. Watch the ratings drop though. Watch the amount of eyes are watching the women's soccer just drop dramatically.
Not up here.
Well, yeah, not for you guys.
I don't give a shit what you watch down there.
Or in Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden won in Rio, but they beat the U.S. too. So
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's what I love. I love seeing like a dominant performance, team or individual. We talk about the Michael Phelps, the Katie Ledeckis, the Usain Bolts, obviously
Simone Biles.
the American women's team. But I love the following year or following years where you see the field kind of catch up or
mhm.
start to close that gap, where you're like, holy shit, they really just kind of they changed the game in a way that really brought everybody forward. I think that's the awesome part about watching someone dominate and then watching everybody kind of catch up and they're not dominating anymore. Even when they're winning, they're not dominating anymore. I think that's a fun part of the Olympics. And when someone overcomes that dominant team or player, I think that's the best part.
Yeah.
Olympics to me are such a it's such a physical metaphor for human achievement. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and even as a physical physical proof of evolution. Like every Olympic season, the envelope is getting pushed further.
Yeah.
Some world record is getting broken. Like so to me, like I love the Olympics for that one thing. Like how far can we go? Like we haven't hit the wall yet. The fastest person last 4 years, who is the fastest person ever, today there's a person faster than them.
Right. Have
Like
you ever
it's like it really is like where's the end to the Olympics? Like what is the end to human? How far can we push ourselves in track? Like
Have-
how
have you-
fast can we get?
Have you ever looked at the history of the world record in like a swimming event or a 400-meter run or anything like that? It's
Nope.
fascinating to just see it
But
go tick,
I
tick,
imagine it's
tick,
interesting.
tick, tick. Yeah, it's just like you're watching every year someone's just a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, a little faster, and then you'll
that
get like
person
a
is always the fastest person,
Mhm,
and that
mhm.
person's always the fastest person in the world. Like, and then somebody comes and beats the fastest person in the world who just broke that record. Like,
I think a lot of that is
to me, like, it's like, how far can we go? Like, where can we physically take our bodies?
I think a lot of that is science and technology too, right? So
Some of it is like you can
I mean, however,
no, of
You
course
what, like,
the
what
body evolves, but I think a lot of it has to go into what they're feeding them. You know, the training
all of
regimens are
that
different.
Hey, we
Like
didn't get to hear
100 years
Brooks
ago,
yet.
they weren't training like they were today. You know,
No,
100
right,
years
but
ago.
that's the interesting
Exactly.
part. Like
Yeah,
what more can our bodies achieve the more we
Right.
give them, the better we treat them. What is the actual perfect human maximum form?
Exactly, and that's exactly what the Olympics
Batman.
is
Captain
here.
America, right?
Oh, let's hear from
Captain-
Brooks.
All right.
I don't even think Captain America.
Um,
I think you could beat Captain America at the Olympics eventually.
So I like the 100-meter race.
Mhm.
That's like so exciting to me. It's like my attention span as
I was
well.
gonna say it's the perfect
10
Twitter.
minutes or
attention.
less. Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
a TikTok video.
It's what's fascinating to me is the people that are running the 100-meter race are running like 26 miles an hour. Like think
Yeah,
about
it's
how fast
crazy.
you're taking off and running to get to 26 miles an hour. That's so phenomenal to me, and it's so wild to see it. And then like people are winning by like a tenth of a second. And like between first place, second, third, and then not medaling at all. Like it's not that, you know, the first place and the last place are like seconds apart. They're like tenths of a second apart. It's
Not
wild.
even the
And sometimes it's like a camera angle seeing
yeah.
which part of
Yeah.
their body crossed first versus the
I
other
was
part.
watching there was a 200-meter semifinal. Top three all tied. They had to measure in a hundredths of a second to determine the winner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
crazy. Yeah.
So
The other thing I was watching really quickly was long jump. I've never watched long jump a day in my life, but it was on last night and I was watching long jump and I was like, how many feet are they jumped? Like that's, I don't know.
they are
I could see
far. They are jumping
far.
so
Like
far.
27 plus feet. Yeah.
yeah.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Reese. You saw her. What's the name? The Beast.
Yeah.
last night?
The one that's like older, who's like
Yeah.
in her 30s.
This was her last.
and
This was
she's
her last Olympic. Yeah.
Older
Yeah.
in her 30s. Oh,
Horror.
well, there's someone else competing that's like 18. She's like, you know, as old as you can be to
Right,
compete
right,
in the
right.
She's
Olympics.
past her
really.
prime. She's like,
Mhm,
well, I can't even say
She's
Tom
clearly
Brady,
not
but
past her prime because she's dominating in that competition.
yeah, she got. I think she got silver. If I'm correct, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pole vault.
Yeah.
Second.
All the odd track and field stuff. I was watching hammer throw the other day.
Yeah.
hammer
Yeah,
That was
throw.
really
cool.
well
I love
Discus.
watching that stuff.
Did you see the discus thrower? Oh,
Yes.
No, I didn't watch
Yes.
any of this.
The
I have-
American that won, the female American.
I have not seen abs like that since, like, I don't know, since a Marvel movie.
She
James-
said
I
she
think
started
James is
doing.
talking about somebody else though, like not the discus one. You're talking about the black shot putter.
Shot
No,
putter?
not the shot putter. The
I was talking about
discus
the
is the
discus.
round. So the
Ah,
American
the
woman that
one.
won, she actually started her career as being a dancer, and then she
Mhm.
flipped into this sport.
Wow.
She had a sense of balance and but she was like ripped. She had like
Yes.
pack and everything.
Yeah, she was really ripped. Keith, what sport have you been watching?
I really basketball is the only one like that. I'd say that I watch from end to end, but I peek in on the track and field, and really only because like I think like that is the sport of the Olympics. Like when I think about the Olympics, like what jumps out to me first is like track and field. Like that's
right.
like
Yeah, classic Olympics.
That-
Greek Olympics.
that's the classic Olympic sports, and like those group of sports, I think like at a base level of human competition, like first things we learn is how to run. In terms of like as a kid, that like you learn how to run, and it becomes the most freeing thing that you do.
Right.
And I just like I like the track and field as a representative of that in the Olympics. Like it's the purest to me of the Olympic sports for Olympians. But yeah, basketball and track and field.
And for me, I have to say I landed on the rugby games. The rugby was pretty awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, we talked about those
Rugby.
last week, remember?
But
Man.
the women's New Zealand team in rugby sevens and the men's Fiji team repeat, that was pretty cool to watch. I watched a little bit of handball. I'm still trying to figure out some of the rules.
Yeah,
watching
that one's
the handball.
weird. And
It was a little bit weird.
I was watching some field hockey, which is just weird watching them without
Yeah.
skates on, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've ever seen a field hockey stick, that shit is dangerous. Those things will kill you if you swing them hard enough. So yeah,
I see so many field hockey like gashes on people's faces.
That thing is solid. It's like a shillelagh or whatever they.
Shout out to Casey Jones.
Lily.
All right.
Good
So, and lastly, congratulations to what was it? There were two guys who ended up sharing a gold. I should have looked up their names.
That was the
high jump,
long jump, or high jump. Yeah,
high
sorry.
jump.
Yeah,
They got the same exact score.
yeah, because they won the gold, so they got 2 gold medals because they reached the previous record but couldn't beat it. But they
Neither
both
of
had
them,
the same amount of attempts and had the same amount of like points
and
before.
whatever.
So they're like, we could do a jump off, which never done before, or you guys could just share the goal, and they agree to share the goal.
Yeah, the French guy
Oh,
freaked. Wait,
that's
was it?
whack. I definitely
No,
would have went for the
Italian.
jump off. I
Yeah,
definitely would have went for the jump off.
The Italian guy freaked out when they decided to share. Like he was happy. I don't think he wanted to jump off. He was like, I don't think I. Well, what's the win to you? So if you say I want the jump
We don't
off,
share wins. You can't share the
But
gold.
it's also
Yeah,
a
you
risk
can.
reward too. Risk reward on the
Yeah.
jump off.
you
Something
you
pulls,
you
and he loses, and
guarantee
he's like, "Oh,
gold,
nah, he's
or
walking with silver."
you're
That's not
going
what you
with
at the
silver.
Olympics for. You're not at the Olympics for safety.
No, you're at the Olympics to get a gold medal, which you got.
You go in there to get a gold medal and to be the only one that gets that gold medal in that sport.
Oh,
No,
what
it's
you-
about
only one that gets.
sportsmanship too. So you're
No,
wrong there.
You
Huh?
go home and you say
about
I got a gold
sportsmanship as
medal.
well.
That's it.
It's about
It's about
sportsmanship.
character. That's
Sportsmanship
all
as well.
NBC keeps telling me.
It's not about no
character.
good sportsmanship.
All right.
If I had the chance to guarantee a goal, but I had to share it, or maybe not get one, I would take the guaranteed goal and share it.
Absolutely.
Like, big
No,
deal.
no, if I'm given the option, no.
And then
We're
think of all the
using-
money he's
We're
making off
using
that too.
their same. There's actually cash reward that goes along with those things as well. Now, they gave them the option. I'm saying, like, if you're giving me the option, oh, do you want to fight this out, or do you want to just go ahead and share this goal, chumps?
I guess it kind of depends. Like if you
Like,
think
I-
if you're
I get
standing
it
there and you're like, I may have pulled a hamstring on that last jump. I'm pretty
worst, I'm
guaranteed
getting-
I'm gonna go silver.
At
You're
worst, I'm
definitely
getting silver. At worst, I'm getting silver.
But silver's not gold. You said you went to go get gold.
Half a gold is not gold either.
No, half a gold is still gold.
Yeah,
Like, you're not the only winner.
half a gold is still gold.
That's a everybody's a winner trophy.
See?
Like, I don't want that at the
Well, we're
Olympics.
behind in science as well too. Half a gold.
I want to be the only one. There can only be one.
There can only be one. All right.
If it was a
Kurgan.
fight to the death, then yeah, I agree.
Okay. We are moving on to our
Oh,
lightning
we're-
round.
We're gonna
Round
break first.
2.
Yeah, go to
Round
break.
B, whatever we want to call it. And we're going to be talking a very quick Gunpowder Milkshake when we get back. Thanks. And we're back. And this is our new fangled quick lightning round B block. And that means we're going to review, in this case, Gunpowder Milkshake, but everybody's going to give just a basic review and a grade. That's it. We're not going to have a whole long discussion. We're going to try to keep this quick so that we can have a longer, more involved discussion about the last topic and not just talk about basketball in our off hours, which is what.
Wait, but I wanted to debate Act 2, Scene 12.
I'm sure.
Oh
you
yeah,
did,
you
Mike.
know
I'm
how
sure you
Chris
did.
does his whole acts.
No, I'm not
Chris.
going to do. We're going to do a basic. All right, so this is what it is.
Let me
Frame
set the precedent.
47.
You tell me, and then I'll go right after you.
All right, so Gunpowder Milkshake is a rated R action adventure thriller starring Karen Gillian, Lita Headey, and Carla Gino. It's an
What? Who?
That
Say
Karen,
again?
Karen Gillan.
No, the last one.
Carla Gugino. Gugino?
Close
How
enough.
come probably the most famous of those actresses aren't mentioned in those names?
Okay,
Angela Bassett.
No,
Okay.
well, Angela Bassett too. Yeah,
Now this-
Angela Bassett.
this
How
is
Andy
this.
didn't make it into the top 3?
Racist.
It's,
Racism.
everything's in order. Okay, so
We're not canceling Chris and here's Pete.
Chris is getting canceled.
all right, so I didn't mention the most famous, and that's Paul Giamatti.
Mm.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I forgot he was in that.
I said
Actually-
actress.
Angela Bassett, Michelle Yeoh, and whoa, why did I lose her? Where'd she go? Who was the third one in the group?
The little girl? No.
No. Of the three,
The three aunties.
yeah, the three aunties.
Michelle Yeoh,
And-
Angela Bassett.
Lena no, that was the mom.
Lena Headey was the mom.
Yeah, you had one, Carla Gugino.
Oh, Carla Gugino.
And
Why
then the
I-
little girl.
yeah.
Who the hell is the little girl?
Yeah.
The actress. The
We're on the
Girl.
3 aunties right now.
Yeah, so Carla Gugino, I kept thinking she was somebody else. So excuse me for saying her name and not recognizing her.
It's Carla Gugino. Yeah.
You know. All right, this is it.
Carlo Duradinum.
We're gonna go one at a time.
I always
Nobody's gonna-
confuse her with Gina Carano too. So
Nobody's gonna interrupt. That person's just gonna give a basic what they thought of the movie, little review, and a
but I
grade.
want to talk lighting.
That's it.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
You've heard of this. You've seen this, right? You know what that is.
It is unavoidable. It is your destiny.
Is this not why you are here?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Knock that shit off.
All right, so we're gonna start with Brooks. Give us a short review.
Okay. I'm gonna go quick. I really loved the movie a lot. There was a lot of women empowerment. I was really into it. I love that the women were just kicking all the men's ass. That's probably one of my favorite parts. I liked the music, which is not really the music isn't really like my genre of music I listen to, but I was kind of into the music. I felt like it matched a lot of like what was happening, almost in a contradictory way, if that makes sense. It felt very Quentin Tarantino-esque to me in a good way. And I will say, my favorite character was Karen Gillan. I don't know how to say her name.
Right.
She was my favorite character, obviously, just because she was kind of the main character. And then we're gonna do overall grades now.
Yes, just go right through your
Okay.
grade.
My overall grade is gonna be an A.
Nice. Okay. All right. Mike, your turn. Go for it.
Alrighty. Yeah, I also enjoyed this movie. Yeah, like Brooksy was saying, reminiscent of a Tarantino film. Kind of reminded me of Baby Driver style. I don't know if you guys seen Baby Driver, the filming style of that. The characters were pretty cool. The actresses were all great. Even Giamatti was great. He didn't have a huge role.
This is the Paul Giamatti appreciation podcast now.
I think my favorite character was the one by from Michelle Yeoh. Her one of the aunties. Yeah, she was awesome. And there were a couple scenes I really liked. The hospital scene where her hands were numb, so they kind of taped her up, and she was just swinging wildly with
Spoilers.
the knife.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
man,
throw a spoiler
spoiler.
warning anyway. If you haven't seen it by now, it's been out on Netflix for weeks, right? So
It's been days now.
yeah, come on, this is the internet. Catch up. I'm hoping we'll get a sequel, so I'm gonna give it a B plus.
All right. Great. Keith, what'd you think?
I have to go through and watch it again because honestly, I was a little bit tired going through the first time, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, tired. But I enjoyed it. I actually liked it conceptually as like Brooks was saying, if I like the woman's empowerment kind of angle, and to tell you the truth, like from the storyline, which is normally like you'd expect like males to be really kind of like doing what they're doing in the movie. Coming into the movie, I thought it was going to be a little bit more hokey, but like great action scenes, great well choreographed. I thought maybe on some of them the action looked a little bit too choreographed. Like I could tell a little bit, but it didn't even bother me. It didn't bother me enough to sway my point scale or whatever. I liked the story. I felt the acting held up. The women's acting held up. I'd give it a solid A minus.
Nice. All right, James, over to you.
Yeah, all of this women empowerment and all this stuff really hurt my fragile male sensibilities. So yeah, I was not ready for this. No, but seriously, I thought this was a John Wick 3 that I should have gotten. I didn't get.
Yes, yes.
I really appreciate this movie. To Brooks's point, the Quentin Tarantino vibe, I definitely got that in a lot of moments,
Agreed.
including the paralysis moment. My favorite actress was Karen Gillan, who some of us know from Nebula and Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And
And my
the other Brock movie franchise in the jungle,
Jumanji. Yeah.
Jumanji.
oh, I never saw that one.
Not a franchise, only 2 movies.
Yeah.
There's 3 now.
So my grade is a B plus. I'm looking forward to a sequel, and yeah, that's it.
All right, all right. So less is me. So I'm gonna say I really need you guys to watch more noir movies than Quentin Tarantino, please, because there's an actual name for the style. It's not Quentin Tarantino style. It's a noir style, like old detectives and shit.
Cinephile over here, and I
Yeah,
know what you're
right.
trying to
So,
say, but
Chris,
no.
did you see Baby Driver?
I did not see Baby Driver.
Okay,
I've
so
not
that's
watched that
that's
yet.
also film noir. Yeah.
Yeah. And no, it's a I the thing that it hits you right away because they do the really sharp shadowed, really high contrast colors, the voiceover, everything, all detective noir stuff, and I loved it. I thought it was a great style, great choice of everything.
This guy is for the Hollywood Reporter over here.
Oh,
Just
stop.
say freaking Sin City. It's closer
It
to
was
that
Sin
than
City.
like
Yeah. Well, Sin City is a action noir.
Yeah,
It literally is
it's
built
closer
on
to
that.
that than what Chris is saying, because I know what Chris is trying to say. Yes, I'm also a cinephile. I know what you're trying to say, Chris. I don't think it's to that level.
it's not.
I think it's closer to Sin City.
Well, let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah, my bad.
It's
Go ahead.
it's L.A. Confidential.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. So even Batman '89 was in that same style.
Right.
So it's
Agreed.
that Dick. You can look at it as almost like a Dick Tracy kind of that kind of old stuff. Anyway, so it's a slow pace. So it's not like it hits you and moves fast. It's not like a John Wick in that way. It's rather kind of slow overall story wise. But I thought it with the style and the interestingly designed fighting and action scenes, the non Jason Statham interesting action scenes. I thought that was a lot of fun. The only issue I had was the very last scene. I thought really kind of didn't do the rest of the movie justice. I thought it kind of fell flat. Whatever made them made that decision, I don't know, but unfortunately, that kind of it didn't ruin the movie by any means, but I just thought it was compared to all the rest of the more interesting and fun designs, the bowling alley, the hospital stuff, it was all really well done in the library, but this last one was just like, what? That's what you're gonna give me?
I kind of like that last scene, but that's just my
You
opinion.
mean when they're sitting on the bench together, or
No.
the Girl
I'm
Scout
talking
The
scene?
diner.
I'm talking about the diner scene at the
the
very
diner.
end.
Yeah, I know what
Oh,
Chris is talking about.
I thought that
It is a little
it
bit
was
different
weak.
compared to everything they set up, but I still enjoyed the action sequence.
Well, I'm going to give a big spoiler, so if you don't want to listen, skip forward 10 seconds. And that is they took out the main character out of her final fight sequence. Why do you take your main character out of your final fight sequence? Means
true.
it really, really kind of threw me for a loop. Anyway, all right, so everybody's back. I'm going to give this a B plus. I think it's great. It's actually seems to be in a string of female-led non-IP action movies.
Bolt.
So we
That's
got
another movie.
Jolt. I just actually watched Jolt.
It's Bolt.
The
Was it? Oh, my bad. It's
Jolt.
Joe. I said Bolt.
Yeah, Bolt.
That's the dog cartoon movie.
Yeah,
my
it's a Bolt. All
Bolt
right,
was good. I like Bolt.
Bolt.
No, it
Bolt was-
wasn't. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Chris.
That
Go
was a good
ahead, Chris.
Bolt movie. What are you
Bolt was
talking about?
Bolt
Go
was
ahead, Chris.
James, you
Bolt
have
was-
no sense of wonder.
Bolt
All right, what do
was
you
better
keep
than Jolt.
2.0?
All right, and then the protege, Ava, Kate.
That's not out yet, though.
No, some of them aren't out yet, but it's cool to see this string of non-IP based, because
Female-led.
we're action fan movie lovers, and so
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
we want to.
So speaking of real quick, last night we watched The Vault on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it up on the list.
So
It's a
what?
new heist style movie, kind of film noirish as well.
What's it called?
It's called The Vault. It's about a crew trying to break into the Bank of Spain's vault. It's supposed to be the
Okay.
most
No,
secure
I
in the
haven't
world.
seen it.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the lead is an African American male?
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Isn't that the with the bank with the bank robber from that zombie movie?
No,
That's the prequel to Army of the Dead. You're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
different.
That's supposed to that's supposed to be the prequel to that.
Right. That's not the same movie. Anyway,
Okay.
take a look on Netflix. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All right. So it's pretty great grades all around for Gunpowder Milkshake. Go take a look.
Good movie.
It was a good movie.
Good job, Karen Gill.
That's right. She's my current favorite action actress. I think Karen Gillan. I want to see her get more.
I definitely
that
didn't
bag.
have high hopes going in.
I didn't either. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be corny, but for
Me
real,
too.
the only thing that really got me to watch it was that like I trusted Angela Bassett wouldn't be involved with no nonsense.
Yeah, I saw the cast
Like
and
she
I was
doesn't
like,
have
yeah,
to.
this.
She doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that at this stage of her career.
Right.
That's right.
Good point.
She is
All right,
62 and looks great. Sorry.
Oh, they all
Yo,
look great.
It's so
Oh,
bad.
her hammer, her double hammer action scene, great scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. And the chain scene by the other lady
Michelle
Mike that
Yeoh.
we were talking about.
Michelle
Yeah.
Yeoh.
Oh, wait, so we are talking scenes because I got in Act 1, scene 12.
All right, let's move on.
So we're gonna move on now. That's as quickly as we can do our lightning round.
All right.
So we are gonna
That's
move
terrible.
on to Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, after our break.
Because break. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us Thank you for joining us on this return trip as we review Romancing the Rock. No. This is Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise. I did get at least one pun in just for this movie.
Romancing the Stone. Yeah. Get it.
All right. Anyway, so this is the 2021 action adventure movie starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, directed by Jaume Collet Sierra. That's a toss-up.
You say so.
Written by Michael Green, Glenn Ficarra, and John Raqua. Again, just wild guesses, guys.
Raqua.
Raqua.
Look it up. Doesn't sound right.
Requa. Raqua. I have no idea. Anyway, so according to IMDb, this is based on Disneyland's theme park ride where a small riverboat takes a group of travelers. They describe the theme park ride in this IMDb summary rather than describing the movie here. A small riverboat takes a group of travelers through a jungle filled with dangerous animals and reptiles, but with a supernatural element. That is like the most minimum work somebody did to review.
Takes a small bunch of tourists and have them spend Disney shells.
That's right.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
You've heard of this. You've seen this, right? You know what that is.
It is unavoidable. It is your destiny.
Is this not why you are here?
Do or do not. There is no try.
Knock that shit off.
So, this is a $200 million action adventure movie.
Wow.
But it raked in almost $100 million in its opening weekend. 35 of it domestic, 27 international, and $30 million on Disney Plus alone. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you guys to go first. I'm going to go with Queen of the Pod. And she's going to tell me what she thought of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt in Jungle Cruise.
Okay. I have some thoughts on this movie. So, one is that I felt it was like a giant advertisement to go to Disneyland and ride Jungle Cruise, because it definitely like reminded me of the ride at the theme park.
Yeah, they did a great job with that. I
Um,
actually thought that was a good thing.
That was probably the only thing I liked about the movie. Um,
Ah.
I thought this movie was very predictable.
Mhm.
Um, I felt like this movie had a lot of I want to say like elements of racism scattered throughout. Like they're in Brazil, right? But I see no Brazilians.
No, they're on the
Maybe
Amazon
one or two.
River, wherever that happens to be.
Okay. For some reason I thought they were in Brazil, but it doesn't matter because
Which is mostly
everybody
in the
in
Amazon.
It's
40%.
mostly in
yeah.
Brazil. Yeah, yes.
And like everybody there was white. Well, ironically, except for The Rock, who actually played a white person in the movie. Um,
Mm.
and it was like so stereotypical of like you know, the native headhunters are gonna come eat you or whatever. It just was like so stereotypical and played into all these like,
But
you know, race.
that was the point of the
Purpose of
Rock.
the movie.
Was
Yes.
Rock was playing into faking the stereotype with the
I,
locals because
Yeah.
I know.
that's what the ride is. It's a hey, white people, give me your money, and this is you're
Right.
gonna be scared by the local wildlife, which isn't actually local. You're gonna be scared by the locals, but they're just play
Right.
acting and just to take your money. That's it. It actually played right into that idea. Whether that's
It
whether that
did.
works or not, that's completely up to
You also
you.
got to remember this was filmed in eight. This is supposed to take place in 1800s, and black people
Right.
weren't
No, no, no.
exactly allowed to.
1918. 19. It's
Was it?
just 1916.
1916.
1916.
1916.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I thought it was late
Yeah.
19th century. But
No, no,
But
the
they could
German
have
guy.
done it
Yeah.
in an
Mhm.
inclusive way. And last but not least, and again, I know this is like playing into the movie, but it was a very like white savior complex at the end. Um, and like Emily Blunt comes in and like saves everyone kind of at the end. Those are just my initial thoughts. James will probably come and tell me that I'm too woke as per usual.
no, if he doesn't, I will.
But I just felt like I get it, but I felt like there could have just been a better way of doing it. Like it's 2021 or whatever fucking year it is. And I don't know, like I think if I hadn't seen so much stereotypical like casting um and writing from Disney like in the past, maybe I wouldn't have immediately gone there. But I just feel like this is Disney's MO, and I just feel like they can do better. Like, just do better, you know?
Now just imagine is if before they had cast The Rock when they were originally going to do this that they were going to cast like a Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I heard Tim Allen or someone else was in the
Well,
lead before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tom
It's
Hanks.
just
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yeah, it's like ooh, that doesn't feel right. At least The
Yeah.
Rock gives you something.
It almost feels like they got away with it all because of The Rock.
And from what I
Just pretty
heard, the
much.
whole purpose of this movie, because they're revamping the ride also at Disneyland, they're gonna get rid of the caricatures of the
They already did.
natives.
They removed
Yeah.
any native caricatures or anything like
So
that.
this is Disney's attempt at trying to correct
Yeah,
evils
so a
of the
couple
Fell
past.
points.
flat for me.
I'm gonna counter. So The Rock did
Counter.
not play a white guy. He was from
He's from
Algiers
Spain.
or no.
No.
He's from Spain.
No.
No.
His
He
his father worked for the bad guy's father, and then but they were in Algiers or Morocco or somewhere.
All right.
And when his father died, the Spanish father took him in.
Okay.
yeah. So
All right, so I wasn't paying that much attention.
give you a good reason why The Rock is with the Spanish
Right.
conquistadors.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay, definitely wasn't paying that much attention because I was like, what?
Also, I thought it was
It's like a second.
they did point out a few times the sexism of the time.
Oh, the whole
Which
thing, the whole beginning was all
Yeah.
about that. Like
So
Emily.
I thought that was okay. That I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know how much wokeness you want to throw into the movie, right? But
I wasn't
And
mad at that because that was really like I felt like that they were really playing into that. Like, oh, I don't know. But that didn't
mm,
like upset me or move my needle at all.
yeah,
Mostly because like I just feel like that was very obviously explained. Or not explained, but like it was very obvious. But I just feel like they could have, like, especially with maybe casting more actual Brazilians, although they probably didn't even shoot this in Brazil. I'm sure they shot it on some like
yeah, I doubt it.
Hollywood
Like in
Yeah,
lot.
Hawaii. I went to Hawaii.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at the whole
Well,
cast while you guys are talking.
Hmm.
But go ahead, Mike. What was the rest of your thoughts?
Yeah. So, and then I mean, the Spanish guys were played by Spanish people, obviously, right? So,
We
but
hope.
I don't know. I don't know what else you can do to. Like I said, it's a period piece too, right? So,
Hmm.
I,
Yeah, so it's set in 1916, just prior to or just during World War One,
mm,
because the German guy specifically says
right.
that
Yes.
he can get this that would help him in the war
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
war.
right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the two main cast of the local Brazilian troupe. IMDb doesn't say where they're from, but they're not just like white people from, Minnesota. They're
They're white people from Argentina.
California?
so I would have to look up specifically where they're from.
White Latins.
Mhm.
You know. No, I've seen Pedro Lopez is Mexican. Okay, so he's a Mexican actor. Sulem Calderon, I don't know where she's from, but she's in Spanish language movies. So I mean, no, they didn't just get. It's not the 1950s where Romancing the Stone or even Indiana Jones where they have the locals be just
Yeah, that
mindless,
was hella
nameless,
racist. Yeah.
you know, big masks with spears, and that's all they are. They actually gave them
Right.
agency. They gave them, and yes, they were playing into it, and it it's supposed to, and maybe we should be past this kind of thing where, okay, we don't even
Well,
have to get to that, but as a period piece, and the way Johnson was doing his riverboat shtick, and
Right.
the little girl says, "But wait, hippos aren't even indigenous." I mean, that's a joke that goes back as far as the original ride because they didn't care what was indigenous to this random jungle stream that they were making. They were just throwing things at it that white people wouldn't recognize.
Yes.
yeah.
So,
So, I mean, you got to remember this is the same kind of thing they did for Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Which is also a Disney ride.
You know what?
Turned
Is
into
it
a
my turn
movie.
yet? You
Yeah.
perfect segue.
sorry, go
So
for it, James.
forget about the wokeness and forget about all this other stuff. To me, this was a terrible movie. It reminded me of what Pirates of the Caribbean did really well by not doing it at all. Um, and I know Emily Blunt and The Rock are great. Had some pretty good character chemistry, all that good stuff. But the movie in general is just terrible. Like just a terrible movie. The plot, the pacing, that middle act when they're in the river, she's filming, and they're supposed to like get the idea of the conquistadors coming back, but serving the German dude Jesse Plemons, who was great by the way as a villain. I always liked this dude since Breaking Bad.
Mm.
The whole final act with the flour and then her making a sacrifice after he said he didn't want to do it, but then somehow there's extra flour. This was a terrible movie. My grade is a D plus.
Wow, going right into it. Given the
That's it.
negative.
That's all,
Did you say
folks.
B? B like boy?
D for doo doo.
Oh,
Patented by
okay.
the queen of the pod.
Wow. Well, we're back to being on the opposite ends, James. I
Yeah.
I enjoyed this movie. I thought it
So did
was
I.
fun, enjoyable. It really was a callback adventure. I
When was the
really,
last good adventure movie we had?
but I think it actually has a lot more in common with Jason and the Argonauts
Another
than
terrible movie.
Mhm.
what like
was
that's a
bad.
classic. Jason and the Argonauts is a classic where the CGI or
It
the
is really
monsters.
bad, the CGI.
It's not CGI. It's claymation. It's friggin' like the 1950s.
Clash of the Titans was the last film that had good claymation.
That's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. I said Jason and the Argonauts. Not.
Oh, okay. Because there was
I
a
meant,
movie.
Yes, you're right. There was. It was Clash of the Titans. Is
Clash
what
of
I'm
Titans.
thinking.
Oh, that was good.
Jason and the Argonauts was the updated bad CGI one with yeah. Okay, that's why.
Clash of the Titans was good. The
Clash-
original
I
1982
was thinking-
one, whatever it was.
Because I'm looking at this movie and people are complaining about the CGI and it doesn't look like a real place, and I'm like, was this filmed in kind of the Mandalorian style, or
All
was this?
green.
Because it
I
felt
wonder.
very green screen.
I thought
But-
they did it in Hawaii. I could be wrong.
I'm sure they did some shooting in Hawaii, but if you look at like all of the shots on when they're coming out of the submarine and all of
Or in
that
that subterranean cave. Yeah, that's so
yeah,
fake.
it felt very fake, but it was like larger than life, just fun adventure. No, I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it's mostly
Yeah,
just
Hawaii and Atlanta. So you know
Yeah,
Atlanta was all
yeah.
CGI.
So I just felt like sitting back, enjoying the bad puns and the good chemistry and the fun
Mhm.
adventure of it, and not really worrying too much about everything else. Like I said, even the bad, overdone, overcolorized CGI felt like they were trying to put you in this kind of, hey, this is all over the top. Just let it be all over the top. But yeah, and the whole pun thing and the whole bad, jungle ride, is like, okay, I know what this is based off of. This is based off of a silly, ridiculous, ride. And I agree with Brooksy. We can do better a lot of times, but for what it was, I think they were trying to say, hey, remember this thing? We know what it was, and we're trying to tell you we're trying to be better than that. We're trying to show the people who were in the right and who were in the wrong and all of the thing. So, it's not like they were saying, hey, these local indigenous people, they're just stupid, they don't know what they're doing. They were doing the opposite, I thought. They were trying to bring them, hey, these are real people with real ideas and real lives, and they were given a shit, but they're just taking advantage of the people who were coming around using their lives as a vacation spot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I compared this to the first Pirates of the Caribbean. That was an enjoyable adventure movie based on the ride at Disney, right?
Yeah,
So
I would
same-
put this
same vibe.
below that. This is
No,
not
this is not as good. I don't think so. There was no like Johnny Depp's performance as Jack Sparrow. You're not gonna find that often,
No,
right?
no.
So-
It wasn't that.
Right. So, but I think Dwayne did a good job as the
As Dwayne,
lead. Right.
Dwayne,
Yeah.
As himself,
Dwayne the
yeah.
riverboat captain.
Emily
With,
Blunt. I
with
thought
dad
she,
jokes. That's all.
that was funny, man. You didn't laugh
was
at
great.
the dad
I
jokes?
did laugh
I
at the dad
love
jokes.
that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I enjoyed that part.
And Emily Blunt was great as usual. I agree with you there, James. Like she's great on screen.
He's great on
I
screen.
think
Super great.
I think she's I put her more favorable as an action star than Karen Gillan at this point.
Oh yeah,
So-
she's got more practice under her belt.
Mhm.
I would like to see both of them in a movie.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be good.
Um,
Again, Paul Giamatti coming out of nowhere to have a
Oh yeah,
great,
this dude.
small-
Who's his Hollywood agent? And then Succession's coming in HBO in the fall.
mhm.
he just gives the best performances in these little parts.
Yeah, he's so good. I know. And then I like some of the twists, in the movie, like The Rock being actually one of the conquistadors. You don't see that in the beginning. And
Yeah, didn't see that coming. But The Rock with the wig on and the beard looked really weird. By the way,
yeah,
just was not expecting that.
right.
Okay, can I just say that Disney, I think this is more to Brooks's point here. Disney needs to stop just making gay characters and actually make a gay relationship. Because
Mhm.
just having a guy just explain how nobody accepted him isn't enough at this point. You need to actually show a
And I
relationship.
think that guy was
And
not actually gay.
I don't know, cause
No, he's
Well, they
isn't
hinted at it. They just
isn't
never
the
really
actor
said
gay?
it.
he was like, my family would have.
I don't think
would've-
the actor is gay, is what I'm
Isn't he?
saying.
Oh, you mean the actor actually be gay?
I thought he was.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm gonna look him up.
But yeah, Disney's trying to, but
They're doing it such.
I just think they missed the mark.
Well, they do all these little tippy toe things where they're like, see, he's right there. He mentions being gay. Isn't that enough?
yeah. Loki says he could be open
Right,
to anything.
exactly. But they don't show the relationship, and that's more important than just saying it. And nothing against just having a character just be that way in the movie, but just be the character. But shouldn't be the character trait, right? It's not the trait. Stop making it that way.
Jack Whitehall, that's the actor.
Yeah.
See, but Wikipedia comes out and says McGregor tells Frank his family nearly disowned him for being gay, but Lily stood by him.
Right. Yeah.
So this is Wikipedia, but
No,
That's what they hint at in the movie. Yeah. I mean, they say that. They don't hint that. They say that in the movie.
No, they don't say he's gay in a movie at all.
Right.
They say that Lily's the only one that stood by him. His entire family wanted to disown him after
Correct.
3 marriages that he didn't want to accept because he liked something different. But
right.
He loved someone else.
To Mike and Chris's point, it's 1916, right, in the movie. So he doesn't say that. He's not going to say that. But I think it's all just a big way that Disney can tiptoe around things. Like I think it's an excuse. That's what I'm looking for. I think it's an excuse for Disney to tiptoe around things instead of just coming out.
Yeah, so
literally and
TMZ,
figuratively.
there was already a backlash. So he didn't use a pronoun of who he was in love with. I was right. There's already a backlash from the LGBT
I was
community
wrong.
over
He is
Whitehall's
not.
casting earlier this summer. He's a straight guy
He's not
playing a
gay,
gay
right.
character. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All these white guys look alike. I mixed them up with somebody else.
You said
that is true.
You guys said that, not us. Mike, stay out of it.
So anyway, overall, I think we'll try to do grades now. James gave it a D plus. So
D plus.
Mike, what was your grade?
This one's a B minus for me. Thoroughly enjoyed. It's a good family watch. Sometimes you just need a movie to sit down with the family and watch, and then you can throw popcorn.
The only
at
my
it.
family wanted to watch it, but me. So yeah.
All right, Brooksy.
D minus. D is in doo-doo. Minus.
Oh, D minus.
D is in doo-doo.
Wow, holy crap.
D minus.
That's gonna make my B look really good.
Damn, dude.
Really good. Again, it's like sit down, just grab some popcorn, have some fun. Like Night at the Museum.
Yeah, exactly.
Indiana Jones.
Better movie.
I hated
better
that movie.
They are better movies, but we need more of these serial adventure, fun romp movies. I want more of them. I want like 100 of these a year.
Bet you this movie is better than Indiana Jones 5.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was better than Indiana Jones 4.
4.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was actually. I agree.
And Jumanji, the first 2 Jumanji movies are better than this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, it's right in that same vein. It's that same idea. I don't know. They could have done better. Obviously, with Pirates of the Caribbean, they've shown
that's the best of the best.
That's an A movie, Pirates of the Caribbean. But that comes down to Johnny Depp as much as anything. Like,
not necessarily. I mean, the score of that music, you feel like you're watching a spectacle. You feel like you can see where the $200 million went into.
You know who
this movie?
That's Jerry Bruckheimer. That's the genius.
Yeah, but you feel the movie when you're watching it.
Wait, did you guys not like the scored version of "Nothing Else Matters" by Metallica to open the movie?
No, because no correlation between that music.
No, I was like,
it was an odd placement. Like, why?
It was really weird. I didn't know if it was accident or what, but
they're just so happy they got the rights to that after
Metallica is suing or something. I'm sure because
what are you suing? I got this off of Napster.
They're like, why is this in here? Like, who chose this?
Yeah.
But yeah. Sometimes I have simple taste, and this was right along that movie. I want more of this.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, that didn't take very long. I thought there was going to be a lot more discussion around this. Brooksy, do you have any last words?
I want less of these movies.
Oh no. Okay.
I don't disagree with her. That's my last word.
Those are my last words.
Oh, you heard them, Mike. They're done. No more.
Yes,
Last
I
words.
enjoy them. Bring them on.
That's right.
Mike's
right.
going to start assigning us these movies for the podcast in the
That's
future.
right. Nothing but adventure.
Now that James and I both don't want to watch them.
Like, what are there any other cool adventure movies coming out? Like,
I don't know. When was the last one before this?
I need a Goonies. Like, honestly, the Stranger Things was closer to.
Well, they got
good
that
adventure.
that Dan Brown thing coming out soon. The guy who gave us the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, but those aren't an adventure movie. That's a thriller.
Yeah, that's a thriller. Yeah, that's different. Mystery movies.
Hybrid. He's got a clues and he's got a.
We need a mummy. We need a.
All right, you mean fantasy freaking?
We need you need like a guy in like a khaki pants and a white button down.
Yeah, I think we've done that too many times now. Let's move away from the 19th century or the 20th century.
Oh, we could go with what's John Carter from Mars.
Ugh.
That was.
Oh,
that was
God.
Space movies.
That movie cost $250 million to make, by the way, like 20 years ago.
Right, that's great. Oh well, Avatar. Avatar's coming out. Is that more action? Is that?
That's sci-fi fantasy, I guess.
Sci-fi fantasy, yeah.
By the time that comes out, is anybody who's gonna remember the first one? Jesus. Yeah. All the kids growing up are gonna be like, "What the hell is Avatar?"
All right, so anybody listening?
It wasn't that long ago.
Oh yeah, look it up.
Sorry,
it's now a Disney ride. Speaking of Disney, Avatar is now a Disney ride. It's now a Disney property.
I just saw that. Thanks a lot, Fox.
Avatar 2009.
Hey! I'm just happy Disney's going to end up finally saving the Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Give me a Simpsons ride. I want a Simpsons ride.
All right, everybody. Mike, where can everybody find us? And tell me which adventure movies I should be watching that are newer that I'm missing.
Oh, I have no idea about adventure movies. I gotta look them up. So.
No. The audience is gonna tell me when you tell.
Oh, yeah, let them tell you in the comment section. Yes. So we're on all the social medias. We're on
all the social medias.
Yeah, we're on Parlor and Tinder.
RedTube. Oh wait, no.
No. Sorry, that's my personal account. Anyway, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think, and hit that bell in the corner so you can get notifications of when our news videos comes out.
Yes. And tell us what movies you would like us to talk about and see. And thank you everybody for watching, joining us, listening, whatever you're doing, hearing us on teletype, whatever it is.
Please leave a comment, please.
Leave a comment. Don't text James, and have a great day, week, month, however long I've been gone. I don't know.
Year.
Bye.